Hello, my name is Gregtech82 and welcome back to my Gregtech New Horizons series. I have just upgraded my material press here to IV, and conveniently I had the IV line running almost all the way to it, so I just had to upgrade a little bit of the cable here. And yeah, easy enough. But the reason I wanted to do that is because in order to get the next solar panel, I need to get the tungsten, I forget what it's called, tungsten radiant something, radiant reinforced tungsten steel plate. Why is tungsten and steel two different words? Anyway, so I need this. I need this, and that needs a forming press, an IV forming press, and I don't have one of those. So I figured, why not just upgrade this? And since I'm not going to be doing these very often, I can just, I can find my screwdriver, right-click on that, turn it into forming press mode, throw that in there. Might need to hit it because I did break it. Nope, there it goes. And there we go. And then I'll just turn it back. Instead of having to craft another one. I mean, eventually I'll probably want a second one of these. But forming press I don't use a whole lot of, so it felt a bit bad doing that. And then I guess this one will probably just go in here, I guess. These are the ones that need to be put in something, but I just don't have room for it yet. I don't remember why this was. I think it's because it needs the mixer. IV mixer, I think. But anyway, I'm just crafting up the rest of the components for the solar panel. I think we have the quadsonarium now. Yep. So there is that. And that is for the irradiant. Just this red alloy. Man, that's a lot of soldering alloy. What is that? 9 ingots? 8 ingots? And yeah. So I think I have everything else. Let me get everything crafted up here. I think we finally finished the, yep. One more machine casing. That is so crazy. But anyway, let me get the rest of this crafted up here, and we'll continue. All right, I think I got everything needed here. I just need to jump up here and get the solar panel. So there is that quest done, and then just go ahead and put it in there. Let's take a quick look at the recipe here. Or at least the recipes aren't too difficult. I mean, they're all kind of very similar. So we got the plate, that, and then this. Wait, was it I already forgot. Is it like that? Yeah. And then these go there. Let's go there. Is it kind of like that? I don't know if that was right. That is not the right thing. No, wasn't even close. Got these two right. But those... I wish there was a way you could shift click this stuff in. For sure. Like that. There we go. EV. Now there is that. Definitely gonna... Well... Cenarium just takes energy. I don't really need it, although that is like 18 of the cenarium things. Let's just throw that in there. Oh, I probably should have taken the cenarium. Anyway, for this, I think we do want to put this in a block. It's going to be, I'm going to have this for a while. I'm not going to be upgrading this. And if you put it on this quantum solar panel thing, you do not need to, you don't need to clean it. So let's go ahead and I think we'll do that. Let me, the roller arm, that is a bit annoying because I am using my blast furnace here. Actually, none of this looks like, I need to change that. Is it? Yep, gotta change that to the quantum, but only one of these. All right. Yeah, what I was saying is I'm using the blast furnace to craft up a whole bunch of tungsten steel because my reactor is gonna need to be replaced in a few minutes. Anyway, let me get all this stuff crafted up. And cenarium battery, I do have the, I need 4. I do have a cenarium. Yeah, I do have that. And I think we have enough. And I just went to craft up a advanced canning machine because I need it to get these batteries made. Let's throw the cenarium in the macerator. And that should give us the cenarium dust. And I still haven't figured out which machine is making that sound. Whenever I check, like I can never find it. Not like one of these, is it? No. Anyway, cenarium dust. There we go. So for that, in one of these. Now I'm not gonna use this very often, so I think I'm just gonna pull a battery out of here. Just borrow that for a second. And there we go. So there is the empty cenarium battery. Oh, I just realized I used my the machine hull that I made for it. Yeah, I made the machine hull and then I used it for the canning machine, but oh well. Those are very fast to make now. So there we go. And then I'm assuming this does need to go in assembler. Soldering alloy, or soldering alloy with a circuit of 2. I don't know why the wrench sound keeps happening. Happens whenever I type U. Very strange. You need a better system of doing this as well. Do I have a 2 around here anywhere? I could just borrow. I do have a... I think I have a circuit in there. Unfortunately, it's raining right now too, so that's not gonna... that won't help. Nice. Let's take that out. How long is this gonna take? 70 seconds. Alright, so That is the EV solar panel. Like I said, we're probably going to be with that for a while, because the next tier up probably requires something from LUV. I haven't even looked. Well, ZPM circuits we get, Naquadah we get, superconductor LUV wire. And I don't know. Yep. So that needs this assembly line. So we can't upgrade these yet until we can get the assembly line, unfortunately. But everything else, I don't know about this. Yeah, this requires LUV as well. But we will get to that eventually. Was it quantum something? I don't remember the name of it. Anyway, let me figure out what we want to do. Actually, I know what I need to do, and it's just going to take some time. Once this is finished crafting up all those cells, which is going to take a while, I do need to upgrade my oil rig, which that's going to require a bunch of tungsten steel as well. All right, I got my nuclear reactor up here, and I think we got everything for the oil rig. Really easy to make. Just the other one and some motors and a couple quantum processors. Super easy. Tungsten, the robust tungsten. Super easy as well. Just, I think 8 tungsten steel each. And I think I'm just going to throw it back here. I wasn't going to, but I think this is just the easiest. I have everything kind of connected here already. But we can probably get rid of this. Because we're going to have the EV. So I'll probably just run it from like over here or something. Maybe right here? Over this way? Let me grab some. Probably not enough. Just 4 of those. All right, there we go. So I guess we'll just kind of place this exactly where the other one was, but this will be bigger. I guess we'll do the EV hatch right here. I have no idea if it'll break through that, but we'll just break that. We got output hatch, maintenance hatch, EV hatch. Is that everything? I guess it is. I hate how it sticks out the roof, but oh well. Alright. It is set up. Let me go attach it. Let's just double check. I did put an EV hatch. Don't need any explosions. And I hope this doesn't draw too much power. Right, well, it's always good when there is no explosion. I'm curious how much this actually is going to pull, how much oil we're going to get out of this. Yeah, I decided I was going to put it underneath, and it just was easier throwing it kind of in here. There it is. I don't think I got that. All right. Is that, what did I miss? That doesn't belong here. Is that crowbar? Wrench? No, wrench is, yeah, I think it was, I think it was crowbar. Alright, so much faster. That's good to see. I think we have enough pipes. I just broke what was in the other one. I may need to add more. Alright, so let's see what... that is quite a lot. I don't need to run this permanently. But what are we getting out of that? 2,000? 1,000? 2,000. All right, so there we go. We're getting 2,000 out of that per tick. It is pulling out from the entire chunk. So the entire 8x8 chunk, if we put these on. This is the entire thing it is pulling out of. And then once that is finally like drain the entire chunk, this drops down to 0. I'm assuming if I move that to like an adjacent chunk, it'll just be the exact same amount. I believe. But there we go. So there is plenty of oil. I'll let that run for a bit. I'm probably not going to have it running permanently though, just because it does require a lot of power. All right, let me figure out what we want to do next. All right, as we can see, I am actually on Ceres again because I need plutonium here for something I want to do, and this is a uranium-238 vein. So instead of the uranite, you get plutonium and uranium directly, I believe. Let's go ahead and set this up. I'm not going to do the whole miner because I don't know how much of this I'm going to need, and that's kind of like a big ordeal moving on the whole thing. So I think we're just going to do this. And we'll see. It looks like it's right at the top, so... and I don't need that stuff, but... platinum. Wonder where... must be another vein over here. Hopefully... yeah, well, there it goes. It's dropping. Is it? Okay, so there we go. Uranium. Titanium also is pretty good. So hopefully it'll find plutonium. It is a secondary ore to plutonium-239, I think it is. Yeah, so here's the uranium-238. It is secondary, so that should be... oh, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, is that like the bottom layers? Because if it's the bottom layers, it's going to take forever to get down there. I may end up moving it down, actually. Alright, can confirm. It is the bottom layers. So I may move this down to this level. Yeah, so I get the plutonium. It's because plutonium is what I need right away. Alright, I am back. And I just drilled up the plutonium. Instead of moving the whole rig, I just grab some. But you have to be careful because if you're not wearing your hazmat suit, this stuff is radioactive. So if I took one of these off, I'll get radiation sickness. But let's just go ahead and... yeah, that is... alright. Yeah, this is definitely causing issues if I try to send more power to this. I replaced the cable diode with a battery buffer because I figured I could add or subtract depending on how much I wanted to send that. But if I send too much, it turns off, unfortunately. So I guess I'll just leave that there with one battery. It's fine. Right. So that should, yep, there we go. And the reason I want this plutonium is because I don't know if this... Oh, you just get uranium from it. About this. Right, so basically I want to take the uranium, this plutonium, and throw it through a large centrifuge because I want to get the 241, but it is a very small chance, unfortunately. So I'm going to need a lot of plutonium to get that. Because plutonium-241 is kind of a long way away before I can actually get it. Yeah, so those are, I think, 2 more tiers away. So the only way to get the 241 right now, I think, is to large centrifuge just plutonium. But that whole vein, we should be good. All right, and the other thing, while I'm kind of working on that, is I want to finally get the wire mill. The multi-block, because the wires definitely take forever to craft when I'm doing all these circuits for the assembler. And yeah, so everything, I mean, this is all pretty easy to make, but the Xeron 100 plates, if we look at this, yeah, we need an LUV blast smelter. And I don't think I'm going to be able to power that. I mean, I could run it, but it is a 360-second recipe, so I don't know if it would actually manage to keep running for that long without getting shut off. So what I'm going to do is try to get the plutonium-241. Hopefully we'll get it. I don't think I'll get it from the 40 or the 80 crushed plutonium that we're going to get for this, but I'll try. And I will also, I'm trying to get some more samarium here to possibly craft a battery. But this is going to take a while to get enough. Because I'm thinking if I do... Yeah, so if I add another IV hatch here, I just don't know if it's going to be... I'm going to be like... It's not going to get 4 amps worth of IV, I don't think. I think it's going to shut off. But anyway, we'll come back when I get all this stuff crafted up. Alright, we are back, and I got the 1 plutonium ingot, so the 9 tiny dusts. And I had, what, 80 plutonium, so I got it from 43, 49, which seems about... pretty close. So I need to turn this into a couple things here. I went and got helium, and I also went ahead and crafted up this HSS dust. It's just osmium, iridium, and the HSSG dust. So it's just kind of another like an upgrade of the HSS dust, and this needs helium to cook. I wasn't going to put the helium in there, but it's 150 seconds with helium and 450 seconds without. So I figured let's just go ahead and throw the helium in there. It's super easy to get. It's just monazite, I think. All right, so let's throw the helium in there. Hopefully that's... Nope. Gotta take out the 1. Oh well. Yeah, it's the one issue with having multiple circuits in here. It doesn't always work. So unfortunately that one is going to be That's a long version, but anyway. And I'm gonna have 1 extra helium. But oh well, we'll just let that run. And then I need to turn this into rods here. Hopefully this goes off of... Yeah, all right. I was kind of worried that it wouldn't. I didn't look at what tier it needed. And I need to change my doors also. See if I can get like sliding doors. All right, so we got the HSS being smelted up. I got my plutonium 241 rods. And the reason I want to get this stuff is because I want to do the Naquadah Reactor. But I want the IV one. I did get a couple EV ones from that planet I was on. But I want to get the IV one, because if we look at the tooltip, it's 80% efficiency for the EV one, and I want the 100% efficiency for the IV tier. Now this one requires enriched Naquadah bolts, this one requires rods, so it does require a little bit more, fuel. But if we look at this, everything is pretty easy to make. So we got our 2 plutonium rods. I was thinking I needed 2 ingots, but you only need 1 ingot. And then we got our quantum circuits, easy. Tungsten cables, I think I got those. Yep, I smelted those all up. So those there, might as well. I'm gonna throw this in here. Right, so let me craft up the IV machine hull, the couple circuits, and the field generators is the other thing that we need here. So these are quite expensive. I need 8 ZPM circuits for these. This is going to take a little while. And then there is the HSS plates. We need 24. We need 2 of these, and each of these is 12 HSS, like 3 each times 4 is 12, so I need 24 of those. Yeah, I need to grab the 2 nether stars that we need, and last but not least, I thought I would just show this off. I've been fiddling around with the molecular transformer on this line, and then it all of a sudden like hit me, why don't I just attach it directly to the PSS? So I had I forget which one it was, the EV dynamo, the buffered one, so it's 4 amps. So I can just go in there and it's not gonna like try to compete with power for the rest of the thing. But anyway, let me go ahead and finish crafting this up. This is gonna take some time here, I think, to get all this ready. And then we will be back. All right, there is the last of the mainframes. It took quite a while. There is that. I think, what was it? The nether stars? Yeah. No, I feel like it was... it was that. Yep. There we go. So 1, 2, and there is actually a quest. I didn't even realize this. There is, once I got the 24 ingots, it opened up the quest for the Naquadah Reactor, which is actually what I was going for. I didn't even realize that was the thing. Right. I think that's everything. Just double checking I had my... my hazmat suit on. All right, so... Oh, is it cables? It might be cables. Instead of wire, I did wire because they looked so similar. Yep. Oh, actually, this shouldn't take too long. Luckily, I have this already all set up. Yeah, sometimes if you have the 24 circuit, it uses more silicon. So that's why I kept ending up with extra polyvinyl. It wasn't actually using it because of that circuit. I think I need 2 of those though. For the 4x cables. Yeah. So there is the tungsten cables, and there is the Naquadah Reactor. What did I end up with a... Oh, that was probably from when I was doing the hatch, I think. Ended up with another one. Alright, so we got this. Now, for the reward, it actually gives us 32 enriched Naquadah rods. So we need these for... This is the fuel for the reactor. And then we want, I think... Yeah. You do need the argon if you want to smelt the enrich, but basically you just smelt it and then turn it into the rods, and you get 2 rods each. And I think this only burns 1 at once. But let's have 4 here. Hopefully that's enough. Because these do 4, right? Yeah. Alright, so I guess... I don't think these will blow up or anything, I'm assuming. But I guess we'll just kind of put it right here. I should have like a room for this stuff. Just a random nuclear reactor chilling here. Alright. So let's just double check. Max amps 4. I do not want to lose these superconductor wires. Yep, there's only 2 amps going through there. So should be able to connect this. Oh, it comes out the side, right. I guess I feel like this is a bit of a waste of wires, superconductor wires, but oh well. Not the end of the world. All right. So there we go. And then these just go in there, and I believe that's it. Yep. Now, these, from what I've done with testing, like, they just burn. And if you look at this, that is, well, it'll show if you mouse over the fire thing. I think what it does is it burns a rod and fills up the entire reactor, the internal buffer, and then as it slowly drains, so if we look at that, so the energy is slowly like draining out, and I'm assuming as soon as when it empties out completely, it'll burn another rod. But as we can see, if we look at that, got about 122 million from one Naquadah rod, so we get 244 million from one enriched ingot. So like 244 million. And if we look, 244 million, this takes less than 8 million to smelt. Then obviously we have to put it through here. This takes another 2 million. So it takes about, for each enriched ingot, it takes about 10 million. And then we get 244 million because we get 2 rods. So this definitely seems like a really good power source here. I mean, look how... I mean, it's emptying out, I'm assuming. Yeah, so, yeah, it's emptying out at 8,000. I just realized this hatch can only do 2 at a time, I think. Alright, so let me turn this off. I may have to add another hatch because that can only accept 2 amps, I think. Like if I turn this on, it's not going to be more than 2 amps. No. Alright, so we're definitely going to be wasting power. I gotta figure out which one I want to do. I could just turn off the diesel. That's actually my lowest power source now, ironically. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll turn this off for now. And then we'll stop wasting, we'll stop using the fuel and everything. And when I'm thinking, as of right now, it seems a bit of a waste to do all this Naquadah, or enriched Naquadah, when this seems like way better, much easier. I just have to do 1 ingot, as opposed to this, I need 200 and something tungsten I have to cook this up, so I don't know if we're gonna continue. I mean, I liked getting this all set up. It's served me pretty well. I mean, 4,000 EU per tick is pretty great, but I don't know if we're gonna continue with the IC2 reactors, just because I feel like this is so much better. But let's take a look at our power. Yeah, look how fast our power is going up now. Because that is producing 8,000, and then I have the thing on the roof, the solar panel. So yeah, I think we're doing pretty well with the power. So I think it's good. Good time to get this going. And next episode we'll come back. I was hoping to get the wire mill. Get the wire mill thing cooked up, but this took quite a bit of time. Took a little longer than I was expecting. So I couldn't get that done. So next episode, in between episodes, I'm gonna turn a bunch of this to glowstone or sonarium. And then we'll come back and we will craft a couple of those batteries. I have enough for 1, but we'll craft a couple more, and then hopefully we'll get the new multi-block built up. But anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode, so thanks for watching and have a good one.